How you doing?
Chilling.
Just trying to get my shit together. What's up, everybody? I'm sick and tired of Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
honestly every fucking month.
What more can they say? Like, come
Right. I'm
on.
just like I all fucking day is Will and Jada. I'm just sick and tired of that fucking shit. You got a nice family, but you over here talking about you boring your sex life and shit. I don't give a fuck.
I
But
don't understand that.
if a nigga says that shit, oh, he would look like an asshole. Am I lying?
Well, what is what? Why don't they just get a divorce? I don't understand.
I
Like,
don't.
you want to stay married and then you're sleeping with other people? I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I don't get this generation no more. And these motherfuckers are older than me. But
Right? They're older than us. Shit, they're older than me too. I don't understand that. But you might as well just stay single. Then you can sleep with whoever. Why you don't get married?
and then it's like, mush. Everyone saying she's still in love with Pop and shit like that. I'm just like,
Of
oh,
course she is, but we've been through that. But Pac is dead. So what are you gonna do in the meantime? You gonna stay single or you gonna be with somebody? So I don't get it. She couldn't do that shit with Pac. I'm gonna tell you that. I don't think Pac was the type of nigga to be with somebody and have some open relationship. So she picked the right one. Will obviously, let her get away with that shit.
Lord.
You know. And Pac would look like a simp if he let his woman step out on him and sleep with August Alsina. Like, really?
Don't the nigga still got, he's still sick, right?
Who?
August Alsina.
He sick with what?
I heard he got cancer.
I didn't know that. Did he get it after cooking up with Jada or before?
I think he said like around the same time because he was
Oh wow.
going through some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, God don't like ugly. That's what you get messing with married women. you know.
Yeah, I can't get mad about that. Besides, he did throw some shots and made a whole fucking song about it. Like he said
What
that
was he trying to gain from doing that? I don't understand.
so what?
What was he trying to gain from that? Will Smith don't do diss tracks, so I don't understand what he was trying to do with that.
Just put his name out there since he never had a hit in like 8 years.
Oh, okay. Did it work? Obviously not. People forgot about his album. I didn't even hear it, so
You know I'm not a fan of shit.
I heard one album from him. That was it.
They was fucked up for real. Yeah, Nas is doing a documentary about video music box.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Another Tupac documentary on Prime.
Not watching it.
Yeah.
Enough is enough already.
What else is going on? What else is going on? Keep up with the force now. I saw that post that I think BJ put a post about Public Enemy versus Public.
Well, against Busta Rhymes, like that's not gonna happen. Busta against Public Enemy, come on now. They act like Busta Rhymes is invincible or something. Like, come on. Nobody wants to battle him. I don't understand that.
I mean, it's Busta.
Come on, man. Nas and Jay-Z could beat Busta Rhymes. Like, I don't understand. Where's LL Cool J? He's afraid of Busta? I find that hard to believe. Rakim, Cool G Rap, they afraid of Busta Rhymes? You know what I'm saying? Eminem is afraid of Busta Rhymes? I don't believe that.
I didn't believe it. She all on me.
Crazy. Sam said he's afraid of Americans. I don't blame you.
Yeah, there was a David Bowie song called "I'm Afraid of Americans."
The alias is what the Joker said in The Dark Knight. Why so serious? That was the promo they were going by. It's a song by David Bowie. Well, he had the right idea when he made it. I don't care. I have DMX documentaries already. There's nothing I don't know about DMX that they can tell me. Unless they came out and said a nigga's gay or something, there's nothing that I don't know about DMX already. I don't need to see another DMX documentary.
Hello. What should I talk about more?
DMX, like we know about him already. Also, give me a documentary about somebody I don't know about.
Give me a DITC documentary.
I don't. Yeah, I don't want to see no more Biggie documentaries, no more Pac documentaries. Been there, done that.
Hell, I'll take a Jay-Z documentary. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but Jay-Z's a private person. You might never find out about his life. Mm-hmm. You know, the closest thing was reading the Decoded book. That was the closest thing that he let people into his life like that. The Big L documentary is not out yet. I don't know what's taking so long. It was supposed to have been out like 2 years ago.
I have a feeling that might not come out.
But why? What are they hiding? I don't understand. What did he do? Like
his documentary for years.
They have a trailer for his documentary that was released like 2 years ago. Like, what's taking so long? Was he in a cult or something that I don't know about?
Chill.
You know. I don't know. I don't get it.
Shit, I want more documentaries on rappers besides the Poop Pops and the Bigs.
Yeah, it's like they going with the popular choices. I don't care about that. We already know about them.
Hell, I'll even take an Eminem documentary.
What don't we know about either though?
Yeah, Kara's One documentary.
What don't we know about them already?
Well, what do you want to see? What do you
not the popular choices that people know. Give me a fucking like Dog Pound documentary. What happened with that?
Oh yeah, that was supposed to come out.
Yeah, where's that documentary? Bone Thugs the documentary. What happened with that?
Alright, 10 minutes. I'm gonna start in about 7 more minutes. Oh, Jesus Christ. The costume's coming together, y'all.
You got the shoes already?
I'm doing the shoes tonight. I'm probably gonna do it while I'm doing this shit.
Right.
Cause my friend's gonna take my picture tomorrow. So
Mm-hmm.
you said dog food would turn 26 on Sunday. A lot of albums came out
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yep. Temples of Boom, Dog Pound, Michael Jackson, Invincible, a lot of stuff. Not a Criminal, Stankonia, the Dynasty album. So many. What's the best album to come out on Halloween though? That's the real question.
That's a good question too. What's up, Hector?
What is the best album to come out on Halloween? Didn't D12 album come out on Halloween too? Oh no,
I want to say around that time.
around that time. Bone Thugs working on the movie? Yeah, give me a Bone Thugs movie. Fuck all that. I don't care to see no Biggie doc. I already seen Biggie documentaries already.
Said Corrupt looks like Huey P. Newton on a dog food album. I don't see it. Bro,
Temples
that's
of
not.
Doom.
That was a dope review we did last night.
Yeah, that was great. Night 4.
Yeah, the Nolan time. Yeah, who would you see De La Soul in the verses with?
Tribe
Huh?
or yeah, or the Roots.
Ooh, the Roots will be dope pick.
Yeah,
Y'all niggas be forgetting about the Roots and shit, man.
yeah. Roots got hits. Even on some of those shitty albums, they had some hits.
Right. By shitty, which ones you talking about?
The latter ones after the like Game Theory. I didn't care for none of those albums.
To be honest, the only Roots album I really didn't really fuck with was the recent one they came out with. The one with the cousin shot.
I didn't like that shit. Do I have that one? I think I got that one. I think I got a couple of those shitty Roots albums though. The Undone, I didn't care for that.
Ooh, can I get that one?
I gotta hear that one again though.
Oh,
You don't have Undone?
nah.
How many Roots albums do you have?
I got Do You Want More, Illadelph, Half Life,
Those two I don't have, and Organics I don't have that.
and I got Game Theory. That's it.
Game Theory I have. That was good. Underrated.
Yeah, Game Theory, that was the best one in the 2000s.
Undone. I heard Undone once, but I don't remember nothing or none of those songs on it. All of those shits. What was it? Tipping Point. Tipping Point is called.
Yeah.
I don't got that one. Rising Down I got. That wasn't even promoted. I remember just seeing it at the record store, but the latter ones, anything after Game Theory, I didn't really care for.
Understandable.
You know. But they got hits. I mean, they don't even got to use the latter shit. They could just go up until Chronology. Chronology to me was dope, and that to me was underrated too. You know.
Yeah, I love Chronology.
They can use everything, use any song up until Chronology. You know.
Right.
De La, even with De La shit, I don't like anything after Artificial Intelligence.
Oh, so you don't like the Grande?
The Grande was cool. I only remember like one song off of the Grande though.
Oh man.
I only remember like one song off of that. Bionics I think same thing. Then they had a song. They had a song with Shaka Khan on that one.
Yeah.
I remember that one. 'Cause I was promoting for the first two volumes, but I don't. Those are not like albums I would go back to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like after after Stakes is High, it was like, you know, they can use like their first four albums in the verses and still win. They don't even gotta use the, you know, artificial intelligence volumes and grind date or the, you know, anonymous, whatever they call it.
Yeah, man. Hell, even if they perform it ain't hip to be labeled a hippie, I would accept that too.
Which one that's from?
That was the B side to Me, Myself, and I.
I don't know that song. That wasn't on the album.
Nah, not on the OG version. Nah.
Oh, on the reissue was on there.
Yeah,
The one with the double CD.
yeah,
Oh, okay. So you gotta get the double CD for the bonus tracks.
yep,
The reissue.
yeah. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me double check. Yeah, because the version I got,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they do have some bonus tracks, but they don't have all the bonus tracks. They have like Daisy Age, the original plug tuning,
Mm-hmm.
Potholes in My Lawn, and stuff like that too.
Okay.
I think this is on the 2001 reissue.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Either the 2000, yeah, 2001 reissue. I think.
They got Weezy documentaries on streaming on Amazon Prime.
Sweezy F baby and the FS4 phenomenal.
You know, even with him, I don't care to see no documentary for him.
When this was to come out with the Gangstar documentary at one point,
It was.
I heard.
I didn't hear about that. And if Primo is leading that project, is gonna be delayed because he don't come up with shit on time. You know what I'm saying? So
Damn.
Soul Aquarians or Native Tongues.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Native Tongues for me. I love Soul Aquarians. It's like some of the members are in Soul Aquarians anyway. And, it's like the same members in there.
Pretty
Q-Tip.
much.
Yeah, Q-Tip is in that. Common. And Common was like a Native Tongue's cousin.
Right. Niggas don't remember.
You know. Who else is in that shit? Not the Beatnuts. Dilla was in that. Was in both crews and shit. Yeah.
Wait, Dilla was in Native
Well,
Tongue.
Dilla. Well, I mean the Uma. The Uma was basically, you know, Tribe. Dilla was a part of the Uma and Tribe, so he was like the unsung member.
Got you. I was about to say, damn, Dilla.
I mean, Dilla started producing for them in what, like the Beats, Rhymes, and Life, or was it before then?
Yeah, Beats, Rhymes, and Life.
Yeah.
I worked with them. Yep.
Right, that was '96. Yeah, they already bought him on. And I remember Q-Tip saying that he produced better than him. He felt like Dilla produced better than him. When he discovered him and he heard like his beat tape, he said he felt like Dilla produced better than him.
Yeah, I remember that story.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't get me. I love Jay Dilla, but I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie. A lot of this shit that the Uma put out, mostly on the Amplified album, it was like, yeah.
That's the mainstream album for him.
No, because
No.
Beats, Rhymes, and Life was mainstream.
You thought so?
Well, yeah, it was kind of
I didn't-
mainstream and
I
shit.
didn't think. I just feel like they finally got noticed by the Grammy committee. I didn't feel like it was mainstream though.
Like, I never really considered them like underground.
Well, they listen. They could have had a whole ton of Grammys from any album. They had big hits on all of those albums. You know, Can I Kick It and Bonita Applebomb. Why didn't that didn't get a Grammy? Or Award Tour, Electric Relaxation.
Yeah,
You know?
because if I'm not mistaken, I think Stressed Out was
Mhm.
nominated for Grammy.
Right.
Shit,
Stressed
too.
Out, right. You know. Because Faith Evans was on it. I feel like Puffy had something to do with that.
No, no. Because at that time,
But he
like
he had the remix for them. He did the remix for them.
I felt like at that time they were really trying to get into the hip hop, and they were just nominating like random hip hop albums and stuff like that, or nominating
They
random.
they wasn't blatant crossover like Macklemore and Ryan Lewis were crossover. I didn't never look at Tribe like they were a mainstream group. They just got recognized because their music was so good. You know.
Shit. I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Yeah.
What's good, you too? How's everyone doing this lovely Thursday night, day 4? It's your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me,
What up?
and today we are going to talk about the Nolan Batman trilogy. Yeah, man, we're trying from 2005 to 2012. Yeah. Um, hmm, where do I begin with this one? So this came out. These movies came out 8 years after the horrendous disappointment of Batman and Robin.
That is an understatement.
Shit. You said horrendous?
Yes,
That's an
that's an understatement, man.
Well, what do you think is the right word for that?
What exactly what you said? Horrendous,
Hmm.
a disaster. They have to wait like close was like 10 years. They have to wait for a new one.
8 to 10
8
years.
years,
Hmm.
man.
Yeah, man. But it's not like they did. It's not like they were like slouching and shit like that because they were working. They had like a lot of disagreements with the franchise and stuff like that. And they were supposed, like I mentioned, there was supposed to have been a couple of sequels like Batman
Mm,
Unchained,
mm-hmm.
but that got scrapped. And then there was supposed to have been like a Batman Beyond movie, which
Right,
again
I
got
do.
scrapped too.
I do remember that. Yeah.
And so when it came to the Schumacher, that pretty much like got me like a bad taste in Schumacher's mouth and stuff like that. So next thing you know, fast forward to 2003, one of us hired Christopher Nolan, and Nolan really wanted to reinvent the Batman franchise by getting into like he wanted like to have Batman and Bruce Wayne have like equal weight,
Right.
which we're going to talk about that because yeah, we're going to talk about that. And so what he did was with Batman Begins, he wanted to make it like a more realistic Batman. So he redid the story and stuff like that by having Bruce Wayne train under like that villain, that Raoul villain,
Raja Ghul.
Rajagu,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Um, yeah, this Batman Begins came out on June 15, 2005. This might be my favorite one out of the Nolan series, in my opinion. This was like a more realistic, but at the same time, and I'm gonna be quick to the buck with y'all. The Nolan movies I like, but I have issues with. I have certain issues I have to talk about. That's all I
Yeah.
got. Certain issues I wanted to talk about. Um, yeah, but Batman Begins. I remember when this movie came out too. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it was like a big hype and shit like that.
Right.
Mind you, I have not seen Batman and Robin at that time too. You know what I'm saying? But like, it was just like a slicker look for Batman and shit like that, which I loved.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they made him like more kind of like more. His suit was like more buffer. I'm gonna be real with you on that.
Right. It
And
looked
yeah,
more high tech.
yeah, like welcome to the 2000s, pretty much.
Right.
Because pretty much, with the 2000s, they were trying to do that whole futuristic kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were trying to do that whole futuristic kind of shit. And with Batman, I felt like they were trying to reintroduce Batman,
Right.
but at the same time, they were trying to bring him back into prominence. Because Batman in movies has not really had like a this. Let's like they would take breaks, they come back, take breaks and come back and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
yeah, man. So yeah, this movie is pretty much just has Bruce Wayne, training to be the Batman and stuff like that. Kristen Bale played Bruce Wayne slash Batman. Solid actor. Ironically, they had people like Heath Ledger trying not to be Batman, which we'll talk about that in a minute. Henry Cavill, Billy Crudup. Um, yeah, man, he actually watched his parents, watched his parents get mugged when he was eight after they left, I think, some circus or whatever.
Right.
Um, he had Michael Caine as Alfred
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like
He
that.
was good.
Yeah, very good actor.
Mm-hmm.
Liam Neeson as Raul Ghul, dope actor too.
Yeah.
Katie Holmes, aka ex Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx ex,
I didn't like her.
Rachel Dawes.
She they should have killed her off. I didn't care for her character. Well, they
Yeah,
did kill her off, but
yeah,
I didn't
which
care
we'll
for her
talk
character.
about that. We'll talk about
Yeah.
that throughout the Nolan movies. Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow. These are just some of the main villains. Oh, Morgan Freeman as Lucian Fox. Lucius Fox.
He
I
was good.
mean, that's Morgan Freeman and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. This was like I said. This was good. It was like a back to the basics. None of that whole Schumacher flashy shit.
Right.
But I'm not gonna lie. Even though this was my favorite Batman out of Nolan movies, um, I don't know how I felt about the story about him training under Ra's al Ghul. I don't know how I
Yeah.
really felt about that
Mm-hmm.
because I'm gonna be Ra's al Ghul. He's never really been one of my favorite Batman villains. To be real with
Same.
you,
Right.
he's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I think of Batman, I think of like the complex criminals, like the Joker and the Two Face,
Mm-hmm.
Mister Freeze and shit. Ra's al Ghul, he had his complexities. It's not like he was bad, but it was just like he didn't fit that franchise.
Right.
And whenever like they would have him come, it would take it further away from Gotham, in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion. But I would give this movie probably like a 4 out of 5, possibly. I felt like it was very solid writing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though like another thing I liked was that they tried the equal balance of story between Bruce and Batman. I did love that and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, especially when he became Batman too. So I felt like that was very ill. I love that scene. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Probably a very, very, very dope movie.
Mm-hmm.
I fuck with it for popcorns and shit.
Definitely, it's a great way to start over the franchise, and it was real dark. It was nothing flashy. It wasn't colorful, and I never cared for Ra's al Ghul like that. Like for his own movie. Like that's one of those and villains that maybe you should have added another villain with, and not for the
Right.
whole film. But they can't do every Batman film on Penguin and Riddler and Joker. So
That's true.
Batman has so many other villains, and that's what the animated series showed. Like we finally got to see all his villains in that series, and trying to bring them to the big screen is could be difficult because you got to change their appearance for the big screen and shit and how it's gonna look and what type of actors you gonna get. But you know I thought it was a good way to start the franchise off. So sort of like we get to see the backstory of how he became who he became and who was training him at that time because we never saw that Batman film.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like any Batman film that started, he was already Batman when it started. But that's why I like the TV series because Gotham showed from when he was a kid and how he had to like when he got started getting older and the stuff he was doing to become who he became later on in life. And I think when Batman Begins, it showed like like him as an adult, but it was like almost like year one of Batman, and we get to see him train with Ra's al Ghul, and we get to see I think Michael Caine was great as Alfred.
Yeah.
Like he fit the role. Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox, he fit the role. It was good. I enjoyed the cast. The cast was it was the right cast. I never liked Katie Holmes though. I could care less about her character. So
Mhm.
I didn't. They could have picked anybody else for her character, but never cared for her. Um and yeah, it was. I have the Xbox game. I had the Xbox game for Batman Begins. That was a great game as well, and it was a good way to start off the trilogy. I think just you know because if you do a trilogy like for Batman, you're gonna get the arch villains, but I think the direction they took by starting off the new trilogy with like a different villain and not the same one to start off with. I think that was a good idea, and they made a shitload of money when it came out. So I thought it was good.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, man. Definitely a very well organized movie and shit. Um, I'm gonna have you go on to the next one, cause I left something downstairs. I need
Yeah,
to see it.
The Dark Knight. Oh man, this is like the most anticipated Batman film ever. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember that summer when I went to see it. It was like I think it was like maybe 100 degrees outside, and I went at nighttime because like the tickets were sold out, and the only showing I could get was like 1 a.m. in Manhattan, and me and some friends went to see it. It was like it had to be like 95, 96 degrees at night, and remember it was really hot outside. We actually went shopping like to get just to get some gear for that movie night, and um there was a long ass line around the block, and people was anticipating it. Like from the trailer they were anticipating it, and then when the movie came out it was crazy. Like it was sold out everywhere, and it didn't disappoint. I had my like thoughts on Heath Ledger playing the Joker the same way I had for Ben Affleck playing Batman, because I didn't think Heath Ledger could do it, and he proved me wrong. And like he made that film what it is. Like Aaron Eckhart was a better Two Face than Tommy Lee Jones, but Heath Ledger really made that film what it is. And for him to he passed away when that film came out, and they gave him an Oscar nomination for that, and he should have won. I thought he should have won because that was like one of his best performances. And I think before that, I had saw him in Monsters Ball, and he didn't last long in Monsters Ball. He killed himself in Monsters Ball, but I think that was like one of his best roles. I haven't seen everything from him. I've seen a couple films from him, but not everything. But he should have got an Oscar for that, and like he really carried that film, and he had he was violent. He was nutty. He was everything that some would say Jack wasn't in the Batman '89 film, but he just took it up a notch, and he was great. Definitely he will be missed. He was a great actor. And that film, really think if he wasn't in that film, and if he didn't give that performance that he did, like I don't think it would have been a great film. But this to me is like the best film in the trilogy. And he clearly like he overshadowed Christian Bale and everyone else in it. But that was like the best one for me.
You said The Dark Knight was the best one.
Yeah, easily. Like it's the best. It's the most anticipated one, and it was just like I said, like Heath just made that film what it was. Like that's how good of a performance he did. So it was great. Rachel died in that, and I thought Rachel should have got killed off in the first one because I always felt like Katie Holmes was overrated as an actress. I'm like, I don't remember anything that she's been in that I liked that was so great. Like I've seen her in some films, but I always thought she was overrated though. And I think part of that is because she got with Tom Cruise or whatever. But I didn't care about her for her character. So when Joker killed her, I was like, yeah, girl could kill less. Batman was depressed over it and shit, but he got over it. you know.
You already said your thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay, my fault. My car keys literally just went missing, and just what I need. Fuck it. Dark Knight. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I
He,
felt
he
like
won the Oscar. Did he win the Oscar for Joker? I thought he lost it.
I heard. I thought he won the Oscar too.
He won the Oscar. Oh, okay. I
That's
thought
what
he. I thought he lost the Oscar. Well, they gave it to the right person because the Oscars don't usually give it to the right people every year, but he definitely deserved that Oscar.
Mm,
You don't think he deserved it?
I'm gonna get some flack for my opinion. I'm gonna be real. This is
Who
where
deserved
I
the
have
Oscar that year, Reg?
no. I'm gonna get to the Oscar. I'm gonna get
Oh,
to it. This is why I have a problem with Nolan movies.
mhm.
More focus on the other characters besides Batman. Um, The Dark Knight was a good movie. It was cool, but I've never got the hype for Heath Ledger as the Joker. I'm gonna be
You're crazy.
perfectly honest.
You're crazy. He was clearly the star of that film.
Ugh. First
It,
of
it
all, the
if
hair.
it didn't have Joker, it wouldn't have did as well. Because Aaron Eckhart was good, another good actor, but he couldn't have carried that film by itself for his Two Face.
Well,
It needed Joker in there.
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it needed a Joker, but I never really fucked with Heath Ledger. I know when he died, everybody was just like, "Oh my god, oh this movie is amazing." And
It was.
I watched The Dark Knight, and I'm just like, "This is the Joker that everyone's craving about." I mean,
Yes, he was great.
nah,
He
nah.
was great. Did you actually go see it or you saw it on streaming? Like I said, I went opening night and there was a line around the block for this shit. And this is like in a heat wave going on. You know what I'm
Pretty
saying?
much.
Like we went shopping to get new fucking gear just to just to go to see this film. That's how big of an event it was. And I don't do that too many times for a movie premiere. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying? So,
I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it like when it came on
so
TV.
you have to see it in theaters because seeing a blockbuster in theaters is different from seeing it on streaming. You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying? Like I said, like every year since the '80s, I'm going to see blockbusters in the theater, except for last year because of COVID. Every year, that what last year was the only year that I missed. Okay, when you see a movie, any movie, not even a blockbuster, when you see a movie in theater, the movie experience is different from watching it at home. So you, like if you see a movie like Dark Knight at home compared to in the theaters, it might alter your thoughts on how the film actually is. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I thought it like all the hype that was built up for it, like Heath alone just made up. He lived up to the hype for that film.
I didn't like the way they had the Joker's hair. That's one of the reasons I didn't like the Joker's hair alone. I'm just like, why
Like
did they?
oh the long hair. Well, he's had different looks in the comics though.
Yeah, but to me, the Joker I fuck with is the
Oh,
long, pointy hair and
right.
shit.
So you prefer Nicholson Joker? I love Nicholson Joker. To me, he's still one of the best. I don't. To me, like watching all the like the incarnations of Joker, I don't think there was one bad one. I think Nicholson was great. I think Ledger was great, and I think Joaquin Phoenix one was great.
Don't forget Mark Hamill. Don't forget
Yeah,
him.
but Mark Hamill was like in the animated films though.
Still, that was still a good Joker.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm talking about the live action, not the
Uh,
animated. Live action, I think all of them has been. They've picked up even Jared Leto. Jared Leto, I like Jared Leto's Joker from the Zack Snyder cut of JL because Leto's Joker in Suicide Squad, he was more like a thugged out Joker. Like I didn't care for the tattoos on him and
yeah, me
the
neither.
gold the gold. I didn't care for that. I'm like, what kind of Joker is this? You know what I'm saying? But they changed his appearance for Justice League. And I'm like, that's the Joker that we should have had in Suicide Squad. Clutch was good, showing what's up. You know what I'm saying? And I still feel like they need to give Leto a chance to prove. Like, I think he needs a full movie, like as his with his new look as the Joker, to show people that he could play that character. I think they just after the failure of Suicide Squad, they just said fuck it, we gonna change the Joker and give it to Joaquin Phoenix. But I think Leto deserves his own movie too. Or at least come back in like the Harley Quinn films, the Birds of Prey films.
I see what you're saying. It's just pissing me the fuck off. But like the movie itself, it was good, but I wasn't really a big fan of The Dark Knight. I'll
So
probably give it.
what was your issue with the whole film? It was just Joker or just everything about it?
Like I said, it was just like a lot of characters and not a. It was like a not a lot of focus on Batman, in
Right.
my personal opinion.
Right.
And like I said, that's one of the reasons why I loved even like the '89 to '97.
Mm-hmm.
Well, '89 to '95, excuse me, because it was just like mostly it had like a balance between the Batman and the villains. Then they
Mm-hmm.
added like all these different characters, and I know it's Gotham. I know you're supposed to have tell a story, but if
Right.
I'm watching a Batman movie, I want to see mostly Batman. That's the
All right.
main.
So what? How do you feel now with with the movie studios making standalone films for the villains? Because we had Joker that did well. I still think that's one of the best comic book films ever.
Yeah.
We got Morbius coming next year. You know, Black Adam's coming next year that The Rock is playing. Well,
Oh
so
God.
they're starting to make
God.
movies for the villains. So how do you feel about that? Because that's already becoming a new trend in Hollywood.
Well, the movie's about the villains. I don't like I said, I don't mind like an origin story about the villains
Hmm.
as long as if it's like they respect like the franchise and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For example, we're gonna talk about Joker tomorrow,
Hmm.
but the Cruella movie and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a perfect example.
Right. Right. Did you see it? You saw Cruella?
Um,
I haven't seen it. Did you watch it?
yeah, I watched it. I went out with a day and I watched
Right.
it.
You,
Yeah,
you thought it was good?
yeah, it was like
Kind
the they were trying to do what the Joker did.
right.
Yeah.
And I know people was like they were complaining that they changed her backstory.
Well, yes, they changed the backstory and stuff like a little bit,
Hmm.
but at the same time, they changed it, but character wise, they still kept the character intact.
Right.
That's one thing I can really explain because the thing I'm not gonna reveal too much. I know you haven't seen it, but it's
Right.
like the thing with
I don't know
right.
if I'm gonna watch it. I wasn't big on too many Disney films, so you know what I mean. I don't know. And I've been out since the whole year. I haven't watched it yet, so it's not like I'm missing anything.
Touche, touche. Like I said, I didn't expect that much because like I said,
Mm.
my homegirl wanted to see the movie
Right.
and stuff like that, and I kind of thought I was gonna get some butts at the end of the day, but fuck it.
You
And
took her to see Cruella and you didn't get no butt. Come on, that's a fail.
she told me she just got out of prison and all that bull. I'm like, then that's the time you should really be getting something. But I don't want to real. I don't want to talk about that shit right now.
Oh
But
Lord, that's a
yeah,
wasted night.
yeah. And all of a sudden she gonna tell me last minute, oh, my boyfriend gonna get mad. I'm like,
Wow.
I was like, go back to
And she had a boyfriend and she still went on a date. So
right.
I don't understand
I was like, go back to Mexico and shit.
that. You sound like Trump. Go back to
No,
Mexico.
I mean, no. I'm just saying like, there's no Trump shit. I'm not racist, nothing like that. I'm just saying she pretty much always talks about her Mexican heritage. I'm just saying go back to Mexico and
Oh
shit.
man, you told her that?
Nah, I'm not.
Oh,
Cause she fucking blocked that. She blocked me and shit. I was like, I don't give a
oh
fuck.
man.
Just because of her ugly ass midget boyfriend and
I was not going to see Cruella
shit.
buns or no buns, so that wasn't happening.
Shit. But yeah, but let me talk about the good in the movie because I felt like I'm talking too much shit about the Dark Knight now. But yeah, then everyone's talking about, oh, this is a one of the greatest superhero movies of all time, and it deserves the accolades. I get it; it deserves the accolade, but is it really one of the greatest, or is just like people
No, it's
so
really
gravitated to
one of
Legend
the.
of Death?
It's really one of the. Well, even if he was alive, I still think it's one of the best Batman films that they ever made. You know, like this trilogy alone is better than the last two Batman films of the '90s to me.
Uh,
You still prefer Batman Forever and Batman Robin over this?
I prefer Batman Begins over Batman Forever, but
Okay.
I'd rather watch Batman Forever than The Dark Knight Rises. That's all I got to say.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, because
Um,
like I said, I get to see Batman and Batman Forever. I'm gonna get to what I talk about the Dark Knight Rises, but
mhm.
it was just like,
So you want every Batman film to focus on Batman?
well, focus on Batman, but at the same time show equal screen time to Batman and all the other characters and shit.
But I think we've had enough of that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Then why did they call the movie Batman?
no, I'm saying If you make a Batman film and you put in multiple characters in it, especially the villains that people know, you got to give them screen time too. The problem with Batman and Robin, they put way too many people in that, and it wasn't an equal share of screen time. Like Poison Ivy to me and Batman and Robin was irrelevant. Why was she in that film? Batgirl was irrelevant. Why was she in that film? Like they just threw her in there without no backstory.
That
You know what I'm
was
saying? To me, it should have just been about Mr. Freeze, and same thing with Batman Forever. Like either you're gonna have Riddler or you're gonna have Scarface. I was about to say Scarface. Two Face. It shouldn't be both. And to me, I think Riddler was should have been the main villain for Batman Forever. I think Jim Carrey put on a great performance.
okay. Well, let me ask you this. Let's take it back to
Hmm.
Batman Returns '92.
Right.
Did you feel that they spent too much focus on it? Had the Catwoman and the Penguin and that
That
politician?
that actually worked with both of them because they were working together. But
Oh,
I do as Michelle Pfeiffer was great, but I like Danny DeVito's character because he really looked like the Penguin and he
yes,
got into that. We haven't seen no Penguin on screen since Danny DeVito. That's how much of an impact he had on that character.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Until they made the TV show and that Penguin was nothing like Danny DeVito on the TV show. You know what I'm
Danny
saying?
was
So
just disgusting as the Penguin.
I wanted Danny DeVito to come back, and they end up killing him off. But he should have came back in a future sequel. You know?
Hey, okay, you do know Sam is gay, right? I'm not trying to be rude.
Yeah.
I'm
Newsflash.
just saying. So
Nebo said you should have made some Jack Mackerel, then she would have let you smash.
man, I should have made us some quesadillas or some shit. I don't know.
Jack Mac, is that all it takes now to get in a woman's drawers? Is mac and cheese?
Hell, I make mac and cheese
Wow.
all the fucking time and shit.
Wow. You mean you gotta actually take them on out to dinner?
Hey, I don't mind taking a girl out then if I fuck with a girl, but if it's a gold digger, hell no. Because a lot of the
what's
girls I
what's
mess with
the
are gold diggers, man.
what's the gold digger dinner Rich?
A gold digger dinner? Oh, that's easy. Cookout. Cookout. Let me tell you
Oh
something.
man.
If it's a girl that I don't fucking like, if it's a fucking girl that is pretty much scandalous and all that shit, and she wants something to eat, take her ass to
What
McDonald's
what do
cookout.
you you said McDonald's? I thought you was gonna say like pork and beans.
I don't fuck with a lot
No
of pork
pork
and
and
beans, man.
beans.
I don't fuck with pork and
He
beans.
said Neat boy said lobster. Nah, that
Hell
not for no
no.
gold digger.
Hell
Lobster?
no.
Hell fucking no. I don't even eat lobster and I wouldn't give no chick that.
I never had a lot. I don't even want to eat that shit. Like,
If you getting lobster, you better be wifey. If you getting lobster.
hell, I don't even take girls to Cheesecake Factory unless they my fucking girlfriend and shit. Like, what's up?
Regis female audience just went down like 20%.
Man, I don't give a fuck. After the day I've had, I don't give a fuck. Like,
I'm gonna go live. Well, hopefully the Giants continue to win. If they losing, I ain't going live for none of their games. But it ain't gonna make no sense. But hopefully they start having some type of win streak here. Then I could go live with a game.
yeah, I
Wendy's
heard.
4 for 4. I don't eat fast food. I don't eat fucking Wendy's and shit no more. So
No, to be honest,
I'm definitely not going there.
I love Wendy's, and I have too much class.
I'll take her there and she could get her little 4 for 4, and then I'll go home to a home cooked meal.
I have too
You
much
know?
class to take a girl to Wendy's and shit. Like,
Nah, I'm not eating all that.
I'm not gonna disrespect the 4 for 4.
Now, if this was 2008, if this was like 2007, and they still had the baconator, then I would have been like, yeah, let's go to Wendy's. I need to get a baconator.
They still have the Baconator.
They still got it?
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't eaten that shit in years though.
yeah, man. But anyway, it's just like Dark Knight. I'll give it a 3 mics because
Three
it's
mics? So
well
we
acted.
rated we rated movies like albums?
I
You
mean,
mean
three
three
popcorn.
popcorn? Three
Yeah.
popcorn boxes.
Mm-hmm.
3 popcorn boxes. In my popcorn boxes.
Now,
Okay.
finally, 2012, The Dark Knight Rises. This one, I remember when this movie came out.
Hmm.
It was everywhere. Um, it's crazy. It's crazy too because everywhere I looked at, they were doing some Batman-ish kind of thing.
Hmm.
I remember like the Hub. Y'all remember the Hub? They had a marathon of like Batman the animated series for like the whole
Yeah.
Weekend or
What
something like
happened
that.
to that channel, the Hub?
It got transformed to like Discovery Kids or some shit like that.
Yeah, that
I
was a
love
good
the
channel.
Hub.
They used to show GI Joe in the morning on there and shit.
Yeah, they showed GI. They showed all the good shit, and I was like,
Yeah.
yes,
Now y'all going streaming for your Hub.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. But like I said, certain shows are not on streaming and shit. That's the thing. Like, everyone's talking about streaming, 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 but I'm just like, well,
Street. You
I
gotta
can
know how
watch.
to use it though. Like you can find those old tunes. You just gotta know where to go to get it though. Cause
Hell yeah,
not all the apps got it though. They got like they're missing like I remember there was one app I went to and they're missing like seasons of GI Joe. So they got like only 5 episodes. I'm like season 3 didn't just have 5 episodes. So some of them are like incomplete when you go on them, but you gotta know where to get them from.
hell yeah, and you ain't lying about that
Yeah,
because that's why. Like, I remember when my sister told me that they moved different worlds to HBO Max.
yeah,
I asked, okay, what's the length of the episodes? Because if it's like 23, 24 episodes, 23, 24 minutes, that means it's the full uncut episode. But if they cut the motherfucking shit to 21, 22, that's a syndicated version. And if I
right,
want to watch the syndicated version, I watch it on TV and shit. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah.
Because you like motherfuckers just love doing that shit. But anyway, back to the Dark Knight Rises. Again, this one was okay, but it was like we rarely saw Batman here and shit like that. Chris Nolan almost did not return to do this shit. Believe it or not,
Right.
he almost did not return to do this movie.
Why did he have the limp again?
You said what?
Bruce, how did he get the? Because he was limping in this film with a cane. How did he get the limp?
Because I think he was getting older. He was getting older and
Okay.
shit like
Yeah,
that.
because
So
this takes place 8 years after the Dark Knight.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he was kind of like this one where he was like depressed
Mm,
and stuff like that too. And then you had Bane taking over Gotham City.
right.
Catwoman
Hmm.
was on this one too. Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. Mm,
I have my feelings changed for her with that character.
she's not the worst
No,
Catwoman,
she's not.
but I know a lot of people were craving about that role too. I'm just
Hmm.
like, nah.
When I first saw it, I didn't like her as Catwoman. I felt like she was it was like a just a paycheck for. But watching it, I watched this movie again today. Watching this movie, it's been years since I watched this. That's why I tell people sometimes you got to go back and listen to an album that you didn't like, years ago, or watch a movie over, because you might feel differently. And I felt like she was a good Catwoman. Um, she should have came back. They should have gave her own film, so that we could see more of what she could do as Catwoman. I don't think just one film is gonna really determine like what she can do
Well,
as that
Halle Berry
character,
never do that.
huh?
Well,
Well, yeah,
that's
I
before Halle
didn't. I
Berry.
didn't like Kylie Bell as Catwoman. I think they just put it in there just to be like, oh well, we got a black Catwoman out there. Y'all got your black Catwoman. It's Halle Berry. Now don't bother us anymore. But
No,
huh?
they wanted her to do what she did on Monsters Ball. That's why.
Yeah, but Monsters Ball was like a drama though. It's not the same.
The sex scene and shit.
Oh, they wanted that in Catwoman.
Possibly, yeah.
Oh, nah, they couldn't have showed that to kids then. You know, I think Anne was good. I think she was very she was agile like the Catwoman should be. She was cunning. She was seductive. They didn't give her too many well they gave her scenes with Bruce, but it was like Catwoman and Batwoman, more scenes as them than Bruce and Selena. But I think she was a good. I wish they would have brought her back for like another movie or gave her her own spinoff. I don't think like we got to see like how everything that she's capable of as Catwoman. But I thought she was good in this film. I like the story that took place 8 years after the Dark Knight, and Bruce got a little older. He was banged up. He went to the doctor. The doctor told him he had no cartilage in his knees. His shoulders was fucked up. He had various injuries. That's why he was walking with the cane. Um, he was basically broke. A lot of his companies and investments were like gone, and he needed what's her name, Raja Ghuld's daughter, Marion Cotillard or whatever her name is. She was playing Miranda, but we find out later that she was really Ra's al Ghul's daughter, Talia, and you know it was like some dark time, so to speak, for Bruce. A lot of shit, Alfred was trying to tell him like, yo, like you need to like forget about the crime fighting and go have a life, have some kids, have a wife. And Bruce was reluctant to do that. He felt like he was still dedicated to the city, and Alfred tried to tell him like, yo, like you need to really go live your life. And he end up leaving because of that, because Bruce was so stubborn. And you know I really liked Michael Caine's performance in this. It was one of the best. Joseph Gordon Levitt as he was playing I forgot his what's his last name in the film.
Hold on, I got you.
He was
John
Robin, but he
Blake.
wasn't. Yeah, Blake. He was. We found out later that he was. I that part I didn't like. I didn't. I'm like the same thing they did with Alicia Silverstone character, and they just threw it in as Batgirl, and they did the same thing with Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, and he called himself Robin, and then at the end we see him going to he got the coordinates to the Batcave, and we see him at the Batcave. I'm like, so y'all just gonna throw him in as Robin at the end? Like we don't really see him in the suit or nothing. We don't see Bruce giving him the okay to. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't. It was just like everything was just like all, you
Over the
know.
place.
Yeah, it was like they just put like a bow on everything all at once, so people could connect it. I'm like, any kid that's watching it, they're gonna be like, is he Robin? Like, how the fuck is he Robin? We don't see him in no suit or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that I didn't really care. If you're gonna make him Robin, it should have been known from earlier in the film, instead of like the last couple of minutes in the film that he's Robin or whatever. I thought Gary Oldman's character as Commissioner Gordon was good. He was a good Commissioner Gordon. I felt good actor. Um, Bane's character, I have an issue with that. I didn't like the
Same.
design for Bane's mask, because you could barely understand what he was saying, and then it's like his voice. He sounded like a Frenchman. Like I'm like, Bane don't have no accent. Like, why does he sound like that? He sounds like his voice sounded robotic. I don't like the mask that they had. But Tom Hardy's character, Tom Hardy is a good actor too. I've seen him in a lot of films. I just felt like they could have did his the design of his mask differently. But he was a badass in this film. I love the fight scene with him and Bruce. And um uh when Bruce tried to fight him after, like, staying away for 8 years, and you just come out of nowhere and think you're gonna fight. And this is like a guy that was under under Raja Ghul's crew. And I just thought the League of Shadows. And you're trying to fight this dude, and he breaks Batman's. Well, he did he break his back? I mean, because Bruce still came back from that. In the comics, he broke his back.
Yeah.
But in the movie, I thought he broke his back, but he was Bruce was still able to come back from that injury. I'm like, well, his back is not broken because he's still able to move.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in the comics, he broke his back, but in this, it seemed like he broke his back, but he was still able to rehabilitate and come back. And I like the fighting scene with that, because he was kicking Batman's ass, and I don't think Batman ever had an ass kicking like that in any film. Like, he was kicking his ass in that
Yeah.
film.
Bane be giving Batman
Yes.
some ass whooping.
And even in the second showdown, when Bane had took over the city, and he was planning to blow up Gotham. Even with that fight scene outside, and they had the fight scene like outside with everybody else fighting around them. I was like, that was kind of far fetched. I'm like, you could have kicked Bane's ass before he ended up fucking you up, and then all of a sudden you come back rehabilitated and you could kick his ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that it didn't really seem believable. Catwoman, in the beginning, she was a badass. She ended up working at Wayne Manor. She stole his mother's pearls.
Yep.
So she was like the villain, and then over time, it's like she started helping out Batman because I felt like they had like the same common enemy. It's like she was working with Bane, but then she turned against Bane because she saw like remember when Catwoman was there when Bane was fucking Batman up and she shed a tear. That's how bad he got his ass kicked, and she started tearing up for him. And I think after seeing Batman get his ass kicked by Bane, that's when she started to realize like yo like I'm just gonna leave the city. She told Batman I'm leaving the city. You know you should come with me. These people here don't care about you. You've given your life to Gotham and you've done all you can for the city. You need to leave now. And the same thing that she said, Alfred told him too, and he didn't listen. And you know like I said like I thought she was a good Catwoman. And what else? You know, it was a different story. Like I love the scene in the football stadium when Bane the explosion in the stadium
Yeah.
and that scene when you see like the football player running and behind him like the whole football field is falling underneath him. I love
Yeah.
that's the scene they showed in the show they showed in the trailer before it came out. That was a great scene. And I love the vehicles the bat the bat cycle that he had. That was great when he was running from the cops. That was a great scene. And I don't know what it was like the bat craft or something. It was some plane that he had, and it looked like it was a combination of like the Batmobile and the plane combined and shit. But that was a nice vehicle that he had in it. It was good. I definitely enjoyed this one. Scarecrow makes an appearance also. He was in it, and I thought it was good. I think it's definitely underrated of the three. And either you hear a lot of people say Dark Knight is their favorite or Batman Begins, but I think Dark Knight Rises was actually a good way to end it all. And the ending when Batman takes the bomb and he goes off with it and it blows up and we assume that he's dead, but he's not really dead. He faked his death and when Alfred went away. I remember Alfred told him earlier that he went away to like Paris or something, and he was like in his dream he was sitting at a table and he saw him like across from him, and that's exactly what happened. He saw Bruce and Selina together, so they end up leaving Gotham City together and going off to like another country, and Alfred saw them there, and that's how it ended. And I like the way that they ended the trilogy. And like I said, I think Anne Hathaway should have came back for like at least one more as Catwoman, or at least give her a spin-off. But it was good. It was good. I definitely think it's one of the best ones, and I like the whole trilogy. I think the trilogy was good, and Nolan's vision of properly making people forget about Batman Forever and Batman and Robin and updating him for the next generation and I think with Nolan's trilogy, like he set the pace for the DCU back on track. And right after that you had like Man of Steel came out and that was a success. And it's just now that I feel like DC is getting their feet under them now, and they're starting to put out good films. Aquaman was a good film, Wonder Woman was a good film, Justice League, the Snyder Cut, Dawn of Justice. I liked Birds of Prey. I thought that was a good film, but they still have a lot to go. They have a long way to go. They have important movies coming out next year with the Batman, and they got the Flash movie coming up, Black Adam coming up.
I can't wait for that Flash movie.
Yes, we got to talk about that definitely.
Yeah.
Cause that looks like it's gonna be good. I've seen like the trailer for it a couple of days ago. It looks good. The teaser trailer. I have the comic book for the Flashpoint storyline that they're gonna be using in the film, and I think those films are important. Like if those films, if they knock it out the park next year with those films, they're gonna be a problem. Like Marvel, I haven't liked any Marvel film this year. Like Black Widow was okay, but it wasn't great. Um, what's the other shit that they came out with? I know they got the Eternals coming out. I'm not really looking forward to that. You know, I think DC they have to make their move now. Like they really got to put they foot on the gas and really solidify themselves as competition for once with Marvel. And I think those films coming out next year are gonna be it's gonna be like must see. Like we're gonna really see where they at. In terms of like can they compete on the big screen with Marvel? Because for a long time they couldn't compete with Iron Man and with Spider Man and
Avenger.
the Avengers and Captain Marvel. They couldn't compete with them. But I think those three films coming out next year are gonna be really important. I know they're filming Aquaman. Well, Aquaman 2 got delayed. Got Jason Momoa got COVID. They said today, so
Oh
that got
wow.
that got delayed for a couple of. That's gonna be delayed for like a couple weeks. But they filming Aquaman 2. They got Shazam 2 coming out as well. So they got a lot of movies coming out. They got a lot of TV series coming out for them as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see in the next 2 years where DC is at.
Right.
But I feel like Nolan is the one that really put them back on course with this trilogy. Shang-Chi I gotta watch. I haven't seen Shang-Chi. I know Shang-Chi's coming on streaming in November.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, the Flash movie coming next summer.
Yes. The teaser trailer is out. You haven't seen the trailer?
Nah. Send that to
Yeah,
me.
I'm gonna send it to you. Yeah, that looks good. Ben Affleck is coming is gonna be in it as they're doing like the Flashpoint storyline with it's an alternate timeline that Barry Allen goes back to, and things happen in the past that that normally didn't happen in the present. So you're gonna have Ben Affleck coming back as Batman. You're gonna have Michael Keaton coming back as Batman. Um, I think I don't know. There was a rumor that Jack Nicholson was coming back as Joker. I don't know how if that's still true.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
Nah.
I don't know. We have to wait and see. Cause they haven't showed everybody in the teaser trailer. But there's gonna be some things going on, and like they're adding characters to that, and that could go either that could be good or bad because like I said, like if you add too many characters, it might take away from the actual story. And all I've been hearing is like all the Batman cameos, and people got to remember this is a Flash movie, and they're having both Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck coming back as Batman in it. So Flash might get overshadowed by those cameos, but I want to see how they pull off this movie. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna be that's gonna be an important film. Like the Batman that comes out in March, and Flash is coming out. Black Adam is also coming out. They showed the teaser trailer for Black Adam, but those three movies next year for DC are gonna be really important.
Yeah, that's the pace, man.
Yeah. So I think they gotta thank Nolan for that, for making this good trilogy and really getting people back into DC. Like they might have been gone, they might have just been Marvel heads, and now it's like okay, let's see what DC could do. Because when it comes to the television shows, I think the television shows are great. Like I love the Flash, TV show with Grant Gustin. Arrow. I've only seen season 1 of Arrow. I haven't seen the other seasons. I wasn't really a huge fan of Arrow. Titans, which is on streaming, great show. They were on season 3. Season 3 just ended last week. Their TV shows, Legends of Tomorrow. I used to watch that as well. Stargirl, a good show. They have a lot of good TV shows, but they fell behind when it came to the films because they were too concerned about and even now they still rebooting Batman and Superman. It's not needed because they have such a vast characters in the DCU that needs to be their stories need to be told, and it's like I feel like now they're just getting around to doing those stories when they should have been doing that 20 years ago. You know. Thoughts on the new Batman trailer? I think it's good. I'm gonna wait and see how Robert Pattinson does as Batman because I wasn't a fan of Affleck and he proved me wrong and he was good. So I want to see how Robert Pattinson does as Batman, Bruce Wayne. Hopefully he's good as that. I know it's gonna be like a different Batman because it's like when he first started out as Batman. So like the Batcave is not completely done, the Batmobile is not completely done. He's like in the early stages of being a crime fighter for Gotham. So I want to see how they do that one.
Definitely hear your point.
We could talk about that. That comes out March 4th. The Batman. That's gonna be early. It's not gonna be coming out in the summer. That's gonna be like a early winter movie, early spring movie.
Got you. Heck, I'm watching Joker right now.
Yeah, great film.
To me, his portrayal, Joaquin's way better than fucking Heath
You
Ledger.
think so?
Yes,
We got to talk about that.
and I'm gonna explain why. So
Okay.
tomorrow, I'm gonna explain why. I'm keeping it under the wraps.
Favorite character from Batman '60s show. Favorite character was Cesar Romero as the Joker.
Yes.
He was great. The Penguin dude. I forgot his name. Burgess Meredith.
Yeah.
He was good. He also played Rocky's trainer in the Rocky films. That was a great show. Smallville, I used to watch. I watched Smallville. I didn't watch Smallville for the whole 10 years. It was like on and off. I did watch the series finale. When that ended, that was a great show as well. You know.
I never got into Smallville.
You never got into it.
Nah.
Well, I watched the new one, the Lois and Clark. The new series with them. They had kids. They got like two teenage boys, and the younger son has. They think the younger son has Superman powers. I watched that one, and the chick that played the chick that there was a chick that used to play on Entourage, and she's playing Lana, Superman's ex from high school. She's playing Lana on the new series. That's actually a good series though. I've been watching that. I know the season finale like happened like a couple months ago, but that's an actual good series though.
Definitely.
Q said I think they should make a Batman and Catwoman movie. I don't know. I don't know if they would do that. Batman and Catwoman film.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
I just never really been a Heath Ledger fan. I
You
don't
never
know.
been Heath Ledger?
Nah, even when I saw some of his
So,
acting,
mm.
I was just like, "What's the big hype?"
But I think he got overhyped in Monsters Ball, and he didn't even last long in that whole film.
Exactly.
He died in that film. I'm like, he's not in the whole film. He's like in the first like what 15 minutes of the film
Yep.
before he killed himself. You
I
know,
mean, I even watched Brokeback Mountain. I saw the trailer. I'm just like, nah, it's
never seen it.
not my
And
thing.
Anne Hathaway. Well, the new Catwoman is Lenny Kravitz's daughter. Zoe Kravitz is playing Catwoman in the Batman. She's in the trailer for it. I don't know. Like Zoe Kravitz. I've seen a couple of stuff from her. I don't know. I think this is like her biggest movie yet. So I want to see how she does as Catwoman. Anne Hathaway was good. I actually enjoyed her as Catwoman.
You know what?
Yeah.
Depending on how my schedule is, I might go live with this Joker with you.
Yeah.
Depending
You
on
should go live with it. Why I didn't understand why you wanted to record it anyway.
because like I thought I was going to do some. I might go do something today, like go to like a get together or something. But
Right.
I don't know what time I'm actually going to be back
Ken,
home.
right.
But you said what?
No, but I keep hearing about Kendrick album gonna drop when it drop. I'm not even anticipating it. Whenever it come out is when it come out.
I'll tell you what. We can do midnight the latest on Joker and shit.
Yes, I saw Halloween Kills. Did you see Halloween Kills or you didn't see it?
Not yet. I've been watching Batman all week.
All week. I did see Halloween Kills. I thought it was a. I think you know what it is. There's a lot of hate for that movie right now because of it being part of the franchise, and I get it. But I think as a movie watcher and as a horror fan especially, you got to take it as it is. Like to me, it was a decent slasher film. And I think because it has the Halloween title on it, it's gonna get a lot of hate. But it was a good slasher film. There's some things about it I didn't like. Mainly Jamie Lee Curtis. Playing Laurie, and Laurie's like in the hospital for like the whole film, and which is what they did with the original Halloween 2. She was in the hospital for like half of the whole film, and I didn't care for that. I think her the granddaughter was useless in that film, Allison. I don't know how she stayed alive in that film. But they killed the mother off, but they left the granddaughter alive. So which means they'll probably bring the granddaughter back for the last one. But I just thought she was useless in that film. They're making too much noise about why did Michael kill off the gay couple. I don't understand what that's all about.
Of
you
course.
know. So now Michael can't kill a gay couple because now he's a homo or something. I don't know. I just think they're making too much out of that. But I think it was a good Halloween film. It's not one of the worst because they all some bad ones in that franchise that was terrible compared to this one. And people just gotta take it like, yo, it was a nice little slasher film. But I've already seen people ranking it like one of the best. I'm like, it just came out. How is it one of
Just
the best?
came out.
How after 1 week? How is it one of the best?
That's what they were doing with the Dark Knight too.
Yeah, they did. They did. You know. We're reviewing. Well, we already talked about the Nolan trilogy for Batman. That's the only Nolan films we were doing right now.
Yeah.
As far as the other stuff, that might be like later in the future. Well, I haven't seen Tenet. I probably won't because that looks like it's gonna be some shit that I don't understand. I didn't like Inception either. I think some of those films they just get the praise because of how they look or whatever, or the special effects.
Oscar baits.
Yeah, but there's no real story. There's no real story behind it. Yeah, the next one, I'm glad that they won. Whether they won by 10 points or 1 point, I'm glad we got the victory. Favorite hip hop songs, that favorite Halloween sequel. My favorite sequel was Halloween 4. That one was that's one of my favorites with a young Daniel Harris when she was playing Michael's niece. Definitely enjoyed that. 4 and 5 when she was in it. Playing his niece, and those two to me are underrated. I just finished watched Halloween 3, and I remember not liking it when I was younger, but it's definitely like a dope film, a standalone film. It would have been better, not really connected to the franchise like that. But if it was just a standalone film, it was definitely a good film.
I like the shoe so far and shit.
That's what you earned.
Yeah,
The
I'm gonna have
old
to
school
pick up.
Pumas. Come
Yeah.
on, put it to the camera so we can see the old school Pumas. You putting glitter on that?
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay. The mall punch in the air right now. Oh, he missed the shot. Hey man, you can't win them all.
Hey, try.
Yeah.
Do you mind if we do the Joker review tomorrow on yours because my stream is about to be running out of limits. I'm trying to save it for next week.
Okay, cool.
I bet.
You lead the way. This is your review.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Top five Halloween movies. The Exorcist, The Conjuring, um, Nightmare on Elm Street. What else? American Werewolf in London, and Poltergeist.
They coming out with Hocus Pocus too, right?
Yeah, they're coming out. I think that's coming out next year though.
Hocus Pocus, really?
Yeah, after all these years, right? Why are they coming out with a sequel now?
I mean, that wasn't even the best Halloween movie.
Hey man, they need that money.
I don't want to see Bette Midler in that buck suit and shit.
Again,
At,
why do you need a
at least
sequel?
it's better than the Black Hocus Pocus. At least.
Why do you need a sequel after all these years? How long ago? It was like 30 years ago that first movie came out.
Yeah, almost 30. That came out in '93.
Why do you need a sequel out now? You know,
That movie was so old. I mean, it was entertaining, but it wasn't as scary as
what's
I thought it was.
what's HHNF, D boy? What's that?
That's what I've been
HH
trying to figure out.
What's
Shit.
HHNF?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I was like,
I don't know what that is.
hunger, hungry.
I don't know what I don't know what abbreviation it is.
This shit over.
Oh, Hell
Nah,
Hath No Fury. Are we doing that? We haven't talked no Clips albums yet though.
we mentioned it. We never officially
Yeah,
announced it.
yeah.
Shit.
Better lyricist, Big Daddy Kane or Special Ed Kane. Definitely Kane, man.
Yo, Kane. Yeah.
Favorite hip hop songs that sample horror movies.
Pharaoh Monch. Um, the one he sampled. God. Simon Says. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel
Godzilla's a
about it.
horror movie to you?
I heard people call it
Yeah.
horror.
Okay,
So.
horror.
Oh well,
Yeah, yeah.
Busta
You
Rhymes
could.
is to be some more too.
Right. Yeah, Psycho. That's right.
Yeah.
I like the remix for Mobb Deep's G.O.D. Part 3. They sampled the Phantasm theme song. That was dope. Yeah, we haven't done no Clips album reviews yet, so
Yeah.
that'll happen. Y'all getting the GTA? Reg, yeah, he's more of a GTA fan than I am. I'm not into GTA.
You mean like the remastered version they're gonna do on PS4?
Is that what it is? They doing a trilogy?
I mean, I got San Andreas and Vice City already. I mean,
Right.
if I get it, I get it. If not, I'll still live.
Nas and Prodigy and Self Conversation. What song is that?
That sounds so
You
familiar.
mean the joint from the QB compilation? It's not called Self Conversation. I didn't know they were coming out with a GTA new GTA game.
Yeah, Dr. Dre's making music for GTA 6.
Oh, is he? Wow. New music or just like rehash shit?
New music. That's what
The new
Snoop
music?
said.
Wow.
Something to get his mind off his divorce, I guess.
Self conscious. That's the name of the song, not self conversation.
Oh shit!
Schoolboy Y2K.
I never
What
heard that out.
what about them? I got the I haven't sent it to Reg yet. The vinyl I have for him. I got a double copy for the single. And that's all of this shit is out of print. The singles out of print, the album's out of print.
Did you watch Queens yet? Episode 2? Oh.
Yes, that was dope.
Yeah, so Cameron's Brandy's baby daddy.
Wow. Exorcist 3 is underrated. I've heard that like being online now that it has a cult following, and when that came out back in what, 1991, nobody cared for that film. And it has a cult following now, and yeah, it's a good sequel compared to all the other sequels they had. The Heretic was trash. I didn't like Dominion. I didn't like none of those other Exorcist sequels, but Exorcist 3 was good. Did we lose Reg? Reg is frozen right now. Yeah, the Screwball album is dope, definitely. What y'all thought about her album? To me was good. Definitely one of the best R&B albums this year. I haven't heard too many good R&B this year, but she had a good album.
Thank you.
Yeah, The Crow. The Crow was great, man. The Crow was a great film. That was a great review that we did. Reg, you into kung fu films?
Bruce Lee films.
Yeah.
Enter
You,
the
you like you
Dragon.
like the Shaw Brothers films?
Shaw Brothers films.
Yeah, like
What they do?
Run Shaw. They made like some of the best kung fu films back in the day.
I definitely got to get into those. To be real with you.
Yeah, I think I want to do like a whole month of kung fu reviews.
Hey,
Something
I'm down.
different, you know, because
Yeah.
I'm a huge kung fu fan. I love a lot of old school kung fu films. You know,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
you know. Definitely look want to do, and I have a couple of on DVD too. So I'm like, yo, we gotta do some discuss some kung fu flicks.
Yeah, my dad, he got a couple of Bruce Lee movies too and shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Bruce Lee did some good ones too. Definitely, Return of the Dragon, that was great.
yeah,
What's
man.
your opinion on the Infamy? Infamy was a dope album. We haven't discussed that one yet. We talked about that too.
Yeah, that was on me because I was supposed to have gotten that album, but money
Right.
issues. So yeah, we
Yeah.
gonna talk about that. I just trying to get
Thoughts on the Don Toliver album? I don't know who the hell is Don Toliver.
my.
Never heard of him.
I heard about he's a singer.
Is he?
Yeah, I have not heard anything from him yet. To be real with you.
What do you think about Tales from the Hood? I didn't care. I didn't like the sequels. Just the first one.
First one was dope.
Yeah. I didn't. I don't like the sequels for that.
Better production duo, Beat Nuts or Track Masters? Oh, Track Masters.
Yeah. Track. I love Beatnuts though. But Trackmasters, they got a lot of stuff. A lot of hits. Damn, Rich. So you used up all your minutes on Streamyard?
No, I mean, I'm trying to save a lot for next week
Mm-hmm.
because the
Well,
Outcast.
November starts on what? Monday's November, so it already automatically
No, because
no.
mine starts. Mine I have different ones. One of mine starts on the 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Another one starts like in the 20s or something like that.
You have the free service one.
Yeah, I have three stream yards.
I thought it re-ups when it's the month starts. The new month starts.
Nah, because I started my stream yard different stream yards in different days of the week.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's how they do it. Cause for me, they it re-ups for every start of the new month.
Oh wow.
I didn't know that. A
Yeah,
Halloween movie staple, Exorcist, the best horror film to me ever.
I agree.
I must watch that every year. I must watch that at least once a year. Yeah, damn, Neat Boy really wants to see Hell on Earth review.
I did. That was like one of my first reviews I've done too.
Oh, you did it already.
But that was like way back in
Way back.
2015. But yeah, we can talk about it.
That's a great album. I never discussed many of the Clips albums. So Blood Money was dope. I enjoyed that. It just had too much G Unit influence on it though. It was too much 50 Cent on that album. Too much Lloyd Banks and Yayo and yeah. It didn't really feel like a Mobb Deep album. It felt more like a G Unit album.
I agree on that.
But I like some joints on it. Pearly Gates was dope. The Creep joint, the infamous joint they did with Alchemist. The song they did with Mary J. Blige, It's Alright. That was dope. They had some bangers. They had some bangers on it. It didn't feel like a real Mobb Deep album though. Favorite hip hop songs that sample Exorcist. I like there's a Cypress Soul remix of Illusions. I actually have the CD single. That's I don't know if everybody heard it, but it's on the CD single for Illusions. The remix, Mug sampled the Exorcist theme song. Favorite game album, the documentary, still my favorite.
Doctor the Advocate.
Have you guys reviewed Low End Theory? Uh, did we do any tribe? We did some tribe albums, right?
Uh, Not together.
Okay. So yeah, we didn't do Low End Theory together. We didn't do that. I thought we had discussed Beats Rhymes of Life. We didn't do that one.
Nah.
Okay.
But I know that was before I met you. To be real with
Oh, okay. So you did it early in your podcast.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
But like I said, we can always like talk about them again.
Have we done any game stuff? No.
No.
No, we haven't done any game reviews. I only got the documentary. The documentary was great. Actually, when we was on Speaker Cloud, we did the game review. I remember doing that with the other fellas.
I like the documentary. Don't get me wrong, but
Uh-huh.
I've always been more of a Doctor Advocate fan over
Right,
documentary because some of the beats on documentary was kind of
right.
and then of course he has to say, "Oh, this is the All Eyes on Me about generation, the
Hmm.
Chronic of the generation."
Yeah. Dr. Zavga was dope. Yeah, that was a dope album.
I even like LAX. That was pretty good.
LAX too. It's been years since I heard a lot of those albums, man. LAX, The Doctor's Advocate, the Red Album. I haven't heard those in forever.
Hated the Red Album.
You didn't like it?
No.
Jesus Piece I heard 1992. I thought that was a decent album.
Yeah, he came back with a documentary too, because Red
Mm.
Album and Jesus
That
Piece
was good, yeah.
I didn't fuck with. Those are probably the
Yeah.
only album I didn't really fuck with from
We
them.
didn't do a review on that documentary too?
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2.5 too. That was dope.
Yeah. That was dope one.
Before Game has a solid. He said he's
Mhm.
not getting his flowers.
Well, I mean, he probably feels like that. I don't know why he would feel like that,
Well,
you know?
I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like he does get his flowers, but once Kendrick came out, it was a wrap.
Well, what about the this whole all of a sudden you got love for Nipsey? I didn't hear none of this when Nipsey was alive. He wasn't saying this shit. All of a
Yeah,
sudden now it's like Nipsey was his homeboy.
that's a lot of people. A lot of people are saying too, because a lot of
Mm.
people are saying that he's trying to be on Nipsey's legacy. But
Right.
when I remember seeing some pics of them together
Mm.
when he was alive. I remember seeing them pics and
Has,
shit.
has has Nipsey done stuff with him?
I want to say they did.
He
I
did.
have to look back because
I still got K Dot ahead of Game, but
same.
Game was doing this thing before Kendrick came into the picture. He got his
Tyler
flowers from
was
me. I mean, we supported him over here.
Tyler was doing his thing before Kendrick came in the picture. No one. No, I'm being serious. Like
Talib who? Talib Kweli.
I'm being dead ass serious. Like
Well, you can say that for a lot of artists. I'm just like I mean for the West Coast I'm talking about though.
yeah, for the West Coast. Yeah.
I mean after Pac died, it was Game. Like who was really popping on the West Coast after Pac died? Cause Snoop to me after he left Death Row he went to No Limit. Dre gave us Chronic 2001 and then it took like he still didn't give us Detox. So I Game came out with G Unit and he gave us a classic with the documentary. So he was doing this thing before Kendrick. I feel like when Kendrick came on the scene, people forgot about the Game.
Well, I feel like at that time when Kendrick was coming out, Game. Y'all remember he announced he was retiring after
Right,
LAX,
right.
and the Red Album came out around the time when Section 88,
Hmm.
either Section 88 or Overly Dedicated, one of those shits.
Right.
But you also got to
What?
remember, like Tyler came in between Game and Kendrick, and
Oh, you said Tyler. I thought you said Talib. I'm like, what is Talib?
Talib, hell no,
I
yeah,
thought that's
Tyler
what you
Creator.
said. I'm like Talib.
The whole Odd Future camp,
Yes,
pretty
Tyler.
much.
Right, yes.
Yeah, they pretty much.
But see, I didn't. The first time I heard Tyler was the Bastard mixtape. That was like 2010. I
Yeah,
heard him.
2010, yeah.
Right. So and then like even with I heard Pac Div. Pac Div was severely underrated. I never heard nobody talk about them on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? And Pac Division, Pac Div.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Yeah, they were really slept on. They came out with like a couple of albums and mixtapes. Dom Kennedy, to me, is still underrated.
Yes.
Nobody mentions him,
Nobody.
and he been doing it forever. You know what I'm saying? Casey Veggies, another underrated one. He's been doing it for. I haven't heard nothing from Casey Veggies in a long time either. But there was some West Coast cats that they went under the radar, and it was all about Kendrick or the Game. But
Hell, J Rock came before Kendrick. He blew up before
right,
Kendrick and shit. Niggas don't talk about that.
right. Schoolboy Q. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember listening to his early mixtapes. The what's the mixtape? Something with contradictions in it.
Habits and
Some.
contradiction.
Yeah, that was a dope mixtape. The other mixtape that he had out, and then Oxymoron. That was a great first album. He's severely underrated because again it was all about Kendrick on TDE. You know what I'm saying? Boy says that Dom and Casey are mediocre at best rappers. I mean, I think Dom is right there to blow up. He just he needed that promotion that he never got. Casey Veggies, I don't know. 'Cause I felt like he had some dope mixtapes and then it's like I haven't heard nothing from him in a long time.
Hell, what about isn't Vince Staples from the West Coast?
Vince Staples, I wasn't too big on Vince. I feel like he was overrated a little bit.
Whoa,
You
what?
know, in my opinion, I mean,
Whoa.
other than the album we did with Mac Miller and the FM project, I haven't liked anything else he's done. Like that was it that Big Fish? I thought that was an overrated album.
I never heard anybody say Vince was overrated.
I don't see the hype for dude. I mean
Whoa.
I've listened to his stuff. I'm like, y'all really putting him on Kendrick level? 'Cause I don't think he fucking with Kendrick.
Y'all don't listen. You have to listen to the Summertime album. What?
Okay, I do have that. I know you said you wanted to discuss that one.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, I respect your opinion, and don't get me wrong, but I
it's
never.
it's Thundercat from the West Coast.
Yeah.
Thundercat is dope. I like Thundercat's production and his album Drunk was dope. I haven't heard his recent project Anderson Paak. I've been following since the beginning,
Oh,
since the Venice album. So he's great, a great artist. Bishop Lamont was dope for his time. I haven't heard nothing from him in a long time.
I never heard from Bishop.
Who said the '90s was overrated? Vince Staples said that, right? Didn't you say some shit like that on Twitter?
Yeah,
Like the '90s was over.
I
Yeah.
think he said people's fascination with '90s hip hop, some shit like that. I don't know.
Well, there's a fascination there because the hip hop was real. You know, there's a lot of shit that was different in the '90s that you can't get now.
And people try so hard to recreate that shit.
I don't. You can't create a whole era. You can try to emulate it, but you have to actually be there. You know, it don't feel the same when somebody's trying to recreate a whole decade from 20 something years ago. You know, Vince is cool. I don't know. I don't see the whole you know the whole hoopla over him. You know, what's the other dude name? What's Boogie? Boogie's another one. I don't see the hype for him.
I can't stand Boogie.
I'm like, and I've listened to. I'm like, what is so great about Boogie? I don't get it.
I can't stand Blueface, Boogie,
Nah,
Boogie
G
with a hoodie.
Perico. I haven't heard them cats. Flying Lotus. I
I
heard his
love
stuff.
Flying Lotus.
You like Flying Lotus?
Yeah.
Did you? I like his production too. He's another dope producer. Um, yeah,
I
definitely
don't get good
underrated.
on my lips. What
You got all that, all that on you right now.
the fuck? I know. I hate that. That's one thing I hate.
YG, you don't like YG? Boy don't like YG. I think YG is dope.
YG's okay. I
Now,
mm,
if y'all feel like he's overrated, then I can't really make an argument. I mean, I'm not like a stand for YG. YG to me, everything I've heard has been dope from him though. But
he's not
people feel
overrated.
like
He's just, how can I put this? He's one of those cats. I have to be in the mood to listen to. That's how that's go.
right.
Okay, it's gone.
Well,
Thank God.
I mean, 2000s had a lot of trash. It had some classics in it. You know, Flying Lotus' great uncle is John Coltrane. I didn't know that.
I didn't even know that either.
Wow. Well, he had the music in his family then. Got John Coltrane.
So I was thinking about the next jazz review.
Which one he does that?
George Benson's Reason.
Nice. Mozzie, I don't listen to Mozzie either.
Mozzie.
He from the West Coast also. It is some of them I think that I'm like they just all hype.
Yeah, because they try to do what the South is doing. That's the thing. I'm gonna stay on till probably about 1 o'clock, y'all. Maybe
Slim
1:05.
Slim 400.
Good.
Don't listen to him.
Again,
Ain't too
man,
many artists I'm listening to. Vinny Paz is great. Has always been dope.
overrated.
Always. You think he's overrated? Vinny Paz. You think? Hold up. You think Vinny Paz is overrated, but not Vince Staples? Wow.
The underground praying about him so much. I like him in Jedi Mind, but mostly first two albums. The third album was okay.
Mhm.
Everything else was just kind of yeah.
What about Turk? Turk. He retired. Did he retire this week? I think.
He announced it yesterday.
Yeah, he retired. I done never listened to Turk anyway.
Yeah, I was never. When it came to the Hot Boys, it was just
Yeah.
Juvie and Weezy.
It
Oh,
was. It
Juvie
was.
and BG. and Weezy. That was it.
It was Juvie and Wheezy for me. But BG, I'm not even a big fan of BG shit like that.
Oh man, not even Chopper City in the Ghetto album.
Never heard it.
Oh
I
man,
heard him on I heard him on a lot of features, but I never like heard none of his albums.
yo, it's
Vinny
crazy.
Paz is great, man. Like he's always been great.
Hmm.
You know,
What do you think of that Jedi Mind Trick song they did with Ari the Rugged Man on Common Dollar?
that was dope. Definitely enjoyed that. Jedi Mind Tricks was a dope. I don't know why. What happened with the? It was on. It's now. It's only Vinny that's repping the crew. What happened to the other dude?
I heard there was a lot of friction over the years.
Right.
Yeah, Oncoming, that might be Rugged Man's best verse. A lot of people have said that over
You
the
like
years.
that, Dre?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like his albums. I think Vinny's still dropping. Still dropping. His last album was dope. The album before that, the Pain Collector, one of his best to me.
Yo, Hector, that Chopper City. See, BG, if he had some dope boom bap production, man, oh my god, like
Favorite Mexican rappers: Cypress Hill.
episode
Love Cypress Hill. Sick Jackin is dope too. Underrated.
Who's Sick Jacket?
Sick Jackin he's a West Coast artist from he's down with Psycho Realm. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
Psycho. Yeah, I know. I heard
Yes.
about that.
Yeah, he had a couple of Sick Jackin had a couple of albums like solo albums. Kid Frost is dope. Like Kid Frost too.
That's dope too. I like. I was thinking, how would Cypress Hill and De La Soul feel in the verses?
I don't know because they Cypress still got like the dark boom bap and I don't know. Is that even a matchup? Can you put Cypress against De La?
Cause I was thinking to myself, De La Soul could be dope for verses. I was thinking to myself, but that might be a long way to happen. I don't know.
What about Cypress Hill against Naughty by Nature?
That
Naughty
can
got
work.
some.
I was thinking Naughty by Nature versus Das Effects, low key.
I think Naughty will beat them though. They
Oh,
got
of
more
course,
anthems. They
of
got more
course.
anthems.
But Das
Than-
Effect, if they play their cards right,
uh
they could beat them because they not only do they have albums, but they have features too and shit. So
Cypress against Bone Thugs. I don't know.
nah, Bone Thugs 3-6. That needs to happen.
Are y'all gonna review the new Megan? I
I
don't think
got
there's any
other
plans.
albums to do before Megan low key. If I want to do it, I do it. If not, fuck it.
Anything with the Alchemist is fire, man. I love Alchemist.
Ooh,
Definitely. The Step Brothers album, Sim and Evidence. You know, Oh No, the Oh No project with him and his brother, Gangrene, the Gangrene projects. Naughty by Nature versus the Locks? Oh fuck no! I'm
hell
tired of
no.
seeing the Locks already. I don't want to see no more Locks on the verses. No, no more. I think Naughty will beat them anyway.
Of course, not even shit all over the lot.
Locks ain't got as many anthems like Naughty do. Once you battle, you can't battle again. The Locks already battled Dipset, so they can't come back on it. What about Burner? I don't fuck with Burner. I never thought he could rhyme.
Who's burning?
That's the dude like the dude he got like a shop.
A shop?
Yeah, he got a shop out in like one of them weed shops and shit.
Man, everyone got a weed shop.
And he down with like he did like mixtapes with like Be Real from Cypress Hill and I think he did shit with Wiz Khalifa. I'm like I never cared for Burner. I don't think he could rhyme. Tretch or Redman definitely. Tretch is dope, but I like Redman lyrics better.
I'm gonna be real. That might be hard for me because Tretch lyrically, you
One and
you know
done.
what? I might have to go with Tretch on this one. I'm gonna be real.
One stretch.
I love Redman. I got a question for you, Trop.
Yeah.
Most Def or Jay Z?
Come on, man. You
Yeah, I
you
need
really
to man.
you really gonna ask me that?
Yes.
You should already know the answer. Like I'm not going against Jay.
Wow.
There's not too many times unless it's Nas. So I'm not going against Jay too many times.
I feel like Def got a better discography, low key.
Who?
I feel like Def got a more
Most Def have a better discography than Jay Z?
let
No.
me rephrase. Consistent.
Consist? No. No. What are you talking about? Consistent.
I mean, he didn't really have no bad albums, Most Def compared to
Well, he
Jay.
don't. Well, he have a better discography than Tyler, but you know, that's not saying a lot.
That's not saying.
You know, most Def out. You know how much albums Jay Z have out? Like most Def, he only got a couple.
Okay, but okay, that's nice. Yeah, but I'm just saying consistent. That's what I'm saying.
Consistent. So you don't think Jay's been consistent?
I mean, Jay's been consistent, yeah, but
Yeah,
after
he's not consistent now.
after
Before
the
he was.
blueprint, to me, after the blueprint, it was hit or miss.
No, but I thought before the Blueprint he used to be consistent. Like volume 1, 2, and 3 was consistency to me, and then he fell off after Black Album. He was like giving us hit and misses.
I'm indifferent about Volume 3. I love it and I hate it.
You hate it?
I,
I
I
thought it
still
was dope.
I love it and I hated it.
I can play Volume 3 over any of those other albums after American Gangster. I don't like none of those
I don't
shits.
know. I don't.
Really? Kingdom Come was okay, but I don't feel like it's better than Volume 3.
Where you say after American Gangster?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah,
Magna Carta, nah.
yeah.
Blueprint 3, no. Hell no. 444, hell no. I think Volume 3 is better than that.
I'm not. I'm 444. I'm no.
That's
I
good to
don't
you?
know. I don't know if I'll say Volume 3 is better than 444 because
Yeah.
uh,
Overrated to me.
I mean I'm not gonna argue with you about that.
Are you doing any comedy album reviews?
Stay tuned. That's all I gotta say.
Most has better albums conceptually. I don't feel like you do. He got good albums. I don't feel like he's better than Jada.
I got.
444, nah.
I got
No.
another question.
Blueprint 2, no. Don't like it.
I got. I got
Huh?
another question. All right. All right. All right.
Is it gonna be another Brooklyn question?
Well, it's New York. It's not.
Oh, okay,
Well, technically Brooklyn. The one rapper.
right.
Smooth the Hustler or Sticky Finger?
Sticky.
Oh,
Yes, definitely. Rockler for me is dope. I'm talking about like after American Gangster. I don't like none of those other albums like that.
we gotta talk about Watch the Throne.
Yeah, minus Watch the Throne. I'm talking about like his own albums, but a lot of misses for me. You know, he might have more misses than Jay for me. Like, 'cause, you know, Jay.
Who has more misses?
But album wise, like after certain like the 2000s, to me he had more misses than Nas. Like Nas, I know I didn't care for Untitled, but I think I could listen to that over Magna Carta. I did not like Magna Carta at all.
Yeah, Untitled's my shit.
Magna Carta was no good. Blueprint 3 was no good. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a fan of that album with him and Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Like no, he had some duds. You know. Yeah, the Watch the Throne album was dope. That was the only exception. That's because Kanye was on that, and Kanye, I felt like it was more catered to Kanye than Jay.
Mm.
You know, a lot of those beats to me were like more favoring Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Like just the sound of it, like No Church in the Wild. That to me is a Kanye West beat. You know,
I love That's My Bitch. Oof.
right? When you hear the Ham joint, that to me is a Kanye West joint.
Oh yeah, him. That's definitely Kanye.
Yeah, but it's like Jay-Z, him work well together. I didn't feel like that when Jay when he jumped on the Jay Electronica album. I just felt like
Oh,
he didn't sound good in a lot of those I'm like, you waited till now to jump on the Alchemist track, and that's what he gave you. He gave him like some yacht rock bullshit. You know, like he Alchemist didn't give him the shit that he would give Griselda. That's the shit I wanted to hear him on. You know, the same beat. If you give Benny a beat like Rubber Bands and Weight, like I want to hear Jay on a Rubber Bands and Weight type of beat. You know, I didn't like the beats on Magna Carta at all. Like, there might be like maybe 2 tracks on there, like Picasso, Baby, and the joint with Rick Ross. That's about it.
Fuck with me, you know
Did
I.
and because Rick Ross sounded good on that joint, like that, you could have said that for his own album, but I didn't care for none of the production on there.
Jay was just lazy on that album. I'm gonna be real.
I don't know. I think he rushed that album out.
He did because he had that Samsung deal.
Yeah, you know. You don't like Alchemist? Alchemist is boring. Nah, man, you crazy. Nah, Alchemist is one of the best, man. I would love for Jay to do an Alchemist album with Alchemist. Fuck Hit Boy. Do an album with Alchemist. I've been saying that about Nas too.
You just don't like Big Boy, don't
Yeah, he overrated.
you? Oh, he's over.
He's overrated. I know Nas is doing something else. I hope it's not another album with Hit Boy.
I'm telling you, it's Kings of these three.
God, can we get over this fascination with Hit Boy already? That's like the new lover of his life or something.
I can't wait for Do or Die. That Do or Die review.
Yes. Yes, like if we do an album with Apollo Brown, man, that would be crazy.
Ooh.
That would be crazy. Apollo Brown, he's definitely not giving Jay no whack shit, man. It's not hate. I feel like he's overrated. Like I don't see the fascination with dude. I don't I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I said, maybe what Vlad is saying is true. Maybe he is a bad beat picker because I don't like no beats on that on King's Disease like that.
Man,
If you give that shit to Rick Ross would kill those tracks, man.
I feel like King's Disease 2 is way better than King's Disease 1 by a mile.
I think the dude is overrated. I like to do 2 albums with him and then you talk about doing a third one. Like, why? And you still haven't given us an album with Primo yet, but you picking Hit Boy? You haven't done shit with Pete Rock since Illmatic?
Because they fell
You know?
off. I told you they fell off.
Well, make up with the nigga. I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, you know what I'm saying? It only takes a phone call to be like, yo, Pete, I want to do an album with you. He'll jump at the chance to do it. You got Pete doing albums with everybody else. You know, Havoc doing albums with a lot of these new artists. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to hear a Nas and Havoc album. You know, Havoc still got it, but you running the Hit Boy. I don't get that. You know, he's giving us like fucking, artsy hip hop now and shit. Lost Tapes was great. I loved the first one. I didn't like the second one though. Second one, a lot of misses on there. The only tracks I liked was actually the RZA tracks that were unreleased. And I think RZA's already past his prime, but RZA had some dope joints on there.
I'm
I
gonna
didn't
send
like.
you.
Huh?
I'm gonna send you a picture right for it.
Boy said I liked the beats of Nasir. I didn't like Nasir at all. That was Kanye's worst project that he did. Did not like that album.
Only beat I like was Bonjour.
Overrated.
What?
Like if you give us Kanye from like College Dropout years, I would have definitely enjoyed that project. I feel like Kanye not even really producing on. He got other people producing for him. Like is he really like producing on his own again? Cause I heard he got like other producers like involved in his projects now.
I have no idea.
Dr. Dre didn't want to work with Michael because he was already a household name, so that wasn't gonna work. He already turned down Michael's offer to work with him. MC8 and Primo album. Well, I mean, he gave us, Which Way Is West. He did a couple tracks. I think he executive produced that album. That was a dope album. I enjoyed it. I mean, yeah, I do agree to an extent what Boy is saying about the no drums thing. It seemed like a lot of people started doing that whole no drums acapella shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if Alchemist is a reason for that though, but
No,
it's
they've been
like
doing that before Alchemist.
yeah, but I mean it like Griselda did it a lot, and then I heard other like artists doing it as well.
I'm not gonna lie. When other artists do it besides Griselda, it sounds kind
Hmm.
of whack and shit.
Yeah, everybody can't do an
You
acapella.
feel
Everybody can't do an acapella.
for like West Side Gun's Mean Gene,
Hmm.
that alone, lyrical performance, top notch and shit.
Right. Uh,
Man, so a few more questions, y'all.
Favorite East Siders album. I love. Well, I like both of them. I like the first one and the second one.
The first one for me.
Yeah,
I gotta hear the second one more
that was
cohesively
dope.
though.
Deuces and Trays is dope.
Better drummer, Questlove or Sheila E. Sheila
Oh,
E.
oh wow,
I mean, I
that's a
love
good one.
Questlove though, but
That's a good one. Sheila E against Questlove. That's a versus I would like to see.
right. Um, Madonna's memoirs or no, Rick James' memoirs or Madonna's sex book. Ooh,
The second book.
damn. I love that Rick James book, but I'm gonna have to go with that sex book. Just yeah, that video is coming, y'all. Ooh,
What video?
the sex book discussion.
I thought we did that already.
Wait, did we?
I thought we did. We didn't do the discussion when we did the erotica. We didn't talk about the book.
No, hold up.
I thought we did.
Let me, did we? I could have sworn I never talked about that. Maybe I did, but we done hella shit. I don't know.
Right.
I still can't believe I got that book.
I can't believe you got it either. For the well, you pay like how much you pay for it again?
Like $100 Yeah.
And it's like 400 on eBay. Holy
Yeah.
shit! I might
And
never
I got
have that.
the luxury to comment. I think I got a comment too. So
Oh man,
I'm a wild boy.
Yeah. We're gonna have to have some book reviews every now and then.
Oh yeah. Show niggas that we read up in this
The
bitch.
the Scholastic Corner.
You know what? I'm gonna actually post a sex book on Instagram and shit. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, with the pages or just the cover?
Probably
Uh,
certain pages, but you know how Instagram be.
just etch out the nips and all that. And they'll let you post it.
I'm gonna be like, so yeah, this is Madonna's sex book. Yeah. Rarity and
Who
shit.
the fuck is guy from Texas? Who's that?
Who?
No, I'm answering what Sam is saying. Are you still friends with guy from Texas? Who the hell is that?
Scarface?
What guy from Texas, Sam? I don't know what you talking about.
I'm still listening.
213 album was dope. Yeah, I enjoyed that. The Through the Hard Way album was dope. Oh, you talking about Dame? Yeah, Dame is a homie.
Oh, hey.
I'll speak to him on him. Yeah. Why wouldn't I be friends with him? Yeah, Dame is cool, man. Hey, Dre said he didn't want to work with household names, so Madonna's a household name. Michael. Where's BJ? BJ working. BJ supposed to come on for the Gap discography review, the Gap band discography. He's supposed to be on there with us.
Which I got a fucking player.
Whenever that it was, sometime in November he'll be on here. Snoop All Stars. I don't think I heard that one. Is
I
that is
got
that
that.
the is that the one on Doggy Star Records?
Yeah,
That
that was pretty
compilation.
tough.
I
Yeah.
remember when it came out. I never listened to it though.
I mean, for like a few more people.
That's exactly what he's saying. He's too big. No, not too big. He just felt like they were too big. Like he wanted to work with more lesser established artists. You know.
Interesting.
Hey, not everybody's gonna shit. Swiss Beats ain't work with everybody. He ain't do shit for Madonna, but Timberland did. Better Kanye West. Better Kanye beat Dreams or Never Change. Oh wow, I love Never Change. Dreams was dope. That's one of my favorites on documentary though. Never Change, man. That shit is fire. Kanye made the blueprint what it is. Cause without Kanye, I don't think it would have been a classic.
I agree.
Kanye had the best tracks on that album. DC or Marvel, I like
DC.
both. If you talking about comics, I like both. But if you talking about like the television and movies, I'm going with Marvel right now. We gotta see where DC is at by next year. See what they do.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night, y'all.
All right.
Yeah, man. This has been real as fuck. Um, so I got a few announcements I'm gonna make. So tomorrow on Try's channel, we're gonna do the Joker
What
movie.
time is that?
Um, 11:30, eleven
Okay.
forty-five, the latest. Let's just say.
Okay.
Yeah, that is if I don't do anything or anything, but I doubt it. If it's gonna rain, I'm most likely gonna stay home.
Right.
Yeah. Sunday is the anniversary of this album.
Yes. The only one I don't have.
Ah,
Why I never got it? I don't know why I never bought it. I
Outcast.
really, I really can't answer that. I don't know.
Hey, it's a mystery.
So it is. Sometimes you might wonder like why I never got this shit.
Right.
You know.
So Monday is like my birthday celebration
Yes.
slash the Treacherous Threes album. We're gonna talk
Are we
about.
doing that?
Yep,
Which one we doing?
the first one.
Oh, the first album. Okay.
Yep. And I was thinking on Wednesday. Let's talk about this one.
Who's that?
The
The
Stooges.
Stooges. I never heard them. Is that the group you're talking about?
Yeah.
The Stooges. The Funhouse. I gotta listen to that.
I have a feeling you'll like it. It's
You
like
hope, right?
punk rock with jazz. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Yeah, man. That's gonna be this upcoming week. So we're gonna go to South. We're gonna go to the early days of hip hop, and we're
Mm.
gonna go to punk rock.
What about AZ? When is the AZ one?
We're gonna pre-record that Sunday night.
Okay.
That's dropping this week
Okay.
too. That way, I can still have a hip hop album this week. We can just do.
Right.
But all right, this is gonna be like my birthday, man. Yeah,
Dope.
crazy, crazy,
It's
crazy.
gonna be great. Crazy week.
hmm Um. So hope everyone has a very safe Halloween weekend. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? If y'all go trick or treating, make sure y'all wash your candies and shit like that, cause
Right.
niggas be putting the ecstasies and shit in candy these days and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, stay tuned. By the way, the Outcast review is gonna be in the afternoon
Okay.
and stuff like. Cause I got a Halloween party I gotta
Sun-
go to and shit.
Sunday.
So
Sunday at 3,
probably 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna make the announcements later on tonight, and I hope everyone has a good night. Oh, and one more thing,
The Prodigy book. Are you reviewing the Prodigy book?
I never announced that.
Oh.
They were talking about book reviews and shit.
Oh. Okay.
One more thing, the Cocaine Will Lose Your Wife music video is gonna debut Halloween at 8 a.m. Just to
Oh
let y'all
wow.
know.
8 a.m. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm gonna post it all throughout the day and shit like
All
that.
right.
just in case y'all want to check it out. But I
Dope.
will see y'all later. Hope everyone has a good night.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.